Hey everyone, welcome to WGSN-DB Going Solo Network. I am Cece Shatz. I'm the Doyenne of relationship building. I am a divorce, dating, and a life coach. And I'm also the producer here at the Going Solo Media, Going Solo, the WGSN station. So we are going to have a great show tonight. I'm sorry, I'm a little bit rushing around here because I was on the phone with one of my friends. And so that's what we're going to talk about tonight. We're going to talk about our friends, right? Friends and community, the connection. And, with us going through COVID, I don't think anybody could really have to tell us the value of friendship, the value of people in our lives. But it never hurts to be a little bit reminded because sometimes I think we lose that connection that we feel with other people. And so I want to talk a little bit about that. But first thing first, we want to thank our sponsors here tonight, which is goingsolocommunity.com and meettherightone.com. If you don't know about those two websites, one is a singles community website, and the other one, Meet the Right One, is a dating community, something totally different. Both of those are very unique. And we're going to talk a little bit more about those communities as we move along in our show tonight. So let's talk about friends, and let's talk about the importance of them and the type of friends, and also the categories of friends, right? Because it's numerous, right? If we have them in our lives. And so the reason that we want friends in our lives is because it's actually important for us, right? It's linked to a better heart health. The Mayo Clinic did research on that, and friendship states that adults with strong friendships enjoy a reduced risk of heart disease and high blood pressure. And so, having someone to talk to be with, to kind of share some of your things with, certainly does keep our blood pressure down, we hope. The other thing is friendship improves your immune system. And that's very important. It leads to decrease in arthritis and different cancers and your anti-inflammatory responses. Also, it keeps your brain healthier. Yeah, believe it or not. In 2019, a study was found that association between loneliness and also suggesting that healthy friendships could reduce the risk of dementia. And those of us that are getting a little bit older, that's a very important issue for us. So our friends kind of help with that a little bit. We're going to talk a little bit more about some of those put it together, right? We're going to put that together as we move forward with this. But friendships help us reduce stress. The Harvard Medical School did research regarding this, and your coping mechanisms like drinking and substance abuse. It's down when you actually have friendships to share some of your emotional support with, and it's a bit of a distraction, so you don't go that route of drinking and doing substance abuse, addictions and things like that that lead you on a totally different course. The other one is friendship is linked to a longer lifespan. And research was done. It's like a review of 148 studies that included over 300,000 participants. Research found that a link between healthy friendships and a longer lifespan. So we're going to live longer. Maybe that's why we live longer nowadays, right? Because we have a lot of friends in our lives, and we understand that. It also increases our happiness, believe it or not. Happiness is contagious, isn't it, right? And so we want to circle ourselves with, be in the center of those who are in a positive way. We just had a show on here with Martha Davis Alexander, and she talked a great deal about positive. She asked me afterwards about her show, and I said, what I really like about it is she talked about an abundance getting through divorce, abundance afterwards, but abundance in your life, right? And so often I think abundance, and I hope she does more shows about this, is really due to a positive mindset, right? And so we hear a lot from our mindset with regards to Mallory's show. Mallory talks a lot about the mindset, and then Holly also talks a lot about, really going to the other side of your life, really finding more about yourself, meditation, being able to really get into understanding yourself and who you are as you move forward, but surrounding yourself with positive, other like-minded individuals. So now if you're down in the dumps and you're not positive, and then you surround yourself with other negative people, oh my, you're going to be an awakening for you, because if you want a happier life, a longer life, you certainly need to surround yourself with positive people, with that positive mindset. They also help motivate you. I tell you what, my friends have been more supportive to me than I think my family, or people that I was the closest to at times, right? It's always been my friends that have uplifted me in that positive way, but also motivated me to really seek the best for myself, or what I'm actually capable of, because sometimes we don't see it, right? So what they do is they not only motivate you, but they give you the next one, which is emotional support, right? They see something within you that a lot of times you don't see within yourself, and they help move you through to that other side. And so friendships are so valuable, and they're so important in our lives. And so that's something that we want to think about as we're choosing people in our lives, right? Because we choose our friends, right? And sometimes our friends are attracted to us because of the way that we are. And so we also want to think about that. They boost your self-esteem. So not only are they giving you support, right? Emotional support, they're giving you that positive vibe, right? To get through your life, but then they're also giving you that self-esteem. They're letting you know the value of you and what you're capable of possibly doing. And they're really helping and encouraging you to be able to get to the next level. And then the other thing is, it also helps us, and the very last thing on this list, it helps us to improve our relationships. Not only relationships with other people, but with maybe work environment, but also our relationship within ourselves, because we don't talk about that often. We don't talk about the relationship we have with ourselves, that little voice that's within our head that talks to us and sometimes shares a lot of negative things. But we don't realize that that's probably the most valuable relationship that we do have, is the one that we have within ourselves, right? And so our friends help us with that. They help boost us up and help us see more than what we really are. And we do appreciate that. Let's talk about the types of friendships, because I thought this was interesting. Of course, we all know that we have those lifelong friends, right? I've got some high school friends that have been in my life for eons, right? And there are people that I don't necessarily associate with on a daily basis or anything like that. But I know that if I reach out to them, they would be right there for me. I know that they're ones that would be continuously within my life. They've brought me a great deal of joy as I've moved through, and as I'm sure you've moved through your life. And sometimes it's a lot of fun to go back and reconnect with those friends that we hadn't seen in a long time, It's fun to kind of be with them a little bit, find out what their life is like, what their travels and their journeys, and what they have experienced, right? Because living life is not all about you. It's about sharing it with other people, experiencing other things, really being in touch with the reality of what others are going through. So life is just really a wonderful thing for us to be able to enjoy. And so those lifelong friends, I've got one girlfriend, gosh, she's like, well, I know my high school friends they've been in my life for a long time. I'm not telling you how old I am, because it would really date me. But another girlfriend I've had in my life for a long time. I mean, she's seen all my kids when they were little and grown up and things like that. And we're still today, we still talk to each other. We still on the phone with each other. Our lives have kind of separated a little bit because our journeys have taken us in other paths. But that doesn't mean that we don't really care about each other. So I want you to ask yourself, Do you have a lifelong friend in your life, and have you lost touch with them? Because if you have, we have Facebook, we have all the other ways to be able to reach out and try to connect with people. And I'm sure they would love to hear about you and what you've been doing and what the path that you've taken. So don't hesitate reaching out to someone that you've kind of lost touch with a little bit. The next thing is our best friends. And I haven't been one to really have, I can say a really truly best friend. I have to say that I've often felt that relationships that I've had with my partner, that they were my best friend. And that was always so devastating to me when I found out that they really weren't my best friend. And so for me, I have not been able to really have that true core of what I would consider a best friend in my life. But I've had many people that I've loved and respected, and that I truly go to. They're my go-to kind of individual, and so I know they have my back. I have their back. So I guess that's kind of what a best friend is: one that doesn't judge you, right, or nor you judge them. And that's what's beautiful about a best friend, someone that will think of maybe even before they think of themselves. They want the very best for you, and they'll do whatever it takes to be able to help you achieve whatever your goal is. And that's a wonderful experience to have someone so loyal to you. And that's where I've had a little trouble, is that loyalty in a best friend, right? Because we do kind of expect that when we have a best friend in our lives. And so, to have someone that is loyal to you, that's loyal in your life, you're going to love them. I've been kind of looked at funny, because I will tell people in my life that I really truly care about that I love them, right? Because I feel like, what is life like if we don't share our love for people? And I think there's different degrees, and we'll do another show on that. There's different degrees that we have love for each other. And the love that I have for my friends is maybe not one that I would have with my partner, right? Because that's just totally on a whole different level. But you do have such a love for your friends as you're moving through your life, as you're building your life. And so, you will have maybe special people, which would be best friends. Then you have close friends, right? Those, I have a lot of very close friends, and I love their company. I love being in the presence of them. They give me so much. Sometimes I feel like I'm selfish when I'm with my close friends, because they're so uplifting and they're positive, and they have exciting lives. Their journeys are cool. They're smart. Smart beyond what I could ever imagine, right? And so when I think about that, I think about those close friends, and I think it's such an honor to have them in my life. And so I wonder, how do you feel about that? How do you feel about your close friends, right? How do you feel about that connection that you have with individuals? And then the next thing would be, and I love this one because I don't think we really had this years ago, our social group of friends. Ones that we don't particularly know, but we've grown to love, like on Facebook. I have several friends that I've never met them in person, but I've connected with them on Facebook, and I feel that they're my very, very good friends, and I go through their lives with them, their journeys, and I know what they have for dinner, what they eat for breakfast. I mean, I share all of these really wonderful things with your social friends, right? There are ones that you're not as close with, and then there's other ones that you tend to gravitate to. I have a few really good friends like that. But here's the thing: is your life is full, right? It's your heart is full. And that's what's really important as we move through all these different types of friendships. You have activity friends. You got buddies that you go and do with, things that you go and meet, at the gym, maybe a book club, dinner club, church circles, things like that. But they're activities. They're ones that you really only see during that activity, but you don't really see them outside of that activity. And so you do have activity friends, one that you kind of socialize and engage with, but you're not really as close, and they don't really know the depth of you. So those are kind of arm length kind of friends as you move forward. The other one is friends out of convenience, right? They're the ones that are like your carpool, if you're those of you that have children that you're carpooling with, the neighborhood groups, the people that you know in sports and things like that, that they kind of help you do various different things. There are people that you meet, when you take your kids to the sports and things like that. They might pick up your children, you might pick up their children, but you're not like really, really good friends. You're just kind of a social, or your friends, and we call them friends out of convenience. And then you have your acquaintance friends, right? Those are the people that you have at work. They're the ones that you only share a certain part of your life with, right? But you don't share everything because you're at work. So they're more of an acquaintance. They're people that you know and you respect, and you honor them, right? And you enjoy their company, but they're at a different level, and so they're an acquaintance. And so it's a little bit different. They're not ones that you would tell a lot of things to, and you certainly wouldn't want to do that at work, right? You want to make sure that you're pleasant to, and you exchange information, pleasantries, that type of thing. But you're not really, it's not really that kind of thing. And then you have friends that are maybe toxic. Let's talk about those friends for a little bit. We feel sometimes that we have to have these people in our lives. Sometimes I wonder if it's just for a reality check, you know, but we have these kind of friends in our lives, and we don't really know what to do about them, because we feel like, oh gosh, I've been a friend with them for a long time, but their personalities are ups and downs, things like that. And that's when I ask you, I think you need to make a decision if this person is truly what you want in your life. Is it somebody that you really truly, is it going to bring you joy to have this individual in your life? Because we can definitely decide whether we want to be with someone or we don't want to be with someone. We want to share time with them or we don't want to share time with them. And so if you find that even though you might have had this person in your life for a long time, but they've become toxic, right? They've become troubled, and things like that have happened to them. Maybe possibly you need to be a good friend to help them get through what they need to get through. Or maybe it's not the right time for you to actually have them in your life. And so sometimes we have to step back a little bit, try to get a little bit, sidestep that. And sometimes it's just kind of what we have to do. The reality is we have people in our lives for different reasons, right? Different seasons. And I think we have to understand that a lot of times people will come into our lives because we need to learn something. There's something they're bringing to us, right? And we need to think about that for a little bit, because everything we experience in life is definitely a learning situation for us, and it's something that we can take away something with, or we can give something with. And so I think you have to ask yourself, when someone comes into your life and when you're thinking about them and how they are, what is that value they're, number one, bringing to you, and what value can you give them, right? And I think we have to ask ourselves that when someone is coming into our lives. And often those that are out there dating, those that are out there experiencing new relationships all the time, building relationships, they get a little bit confused with whether this person is going to be in their life long term, or if they're just going to be a short term kind of relationship. And so we can have these types of friendships at different levels, right? As we were talking here about the different types of friendships, we can have them in different kind of a different category. And so when we're out there dating, we're out there meeting new people, we want to take it slow. We want to make sure that this is truly the type of person that we want to be with, right? That we want to share our life with. And if it's not, then we want to put them in that level, in that category as to how we're doing this. Or is it just someone we want to be social with? Is it someone we just want to be, a distant friend with? That type of thing. And that's okay. It's okay to do those kind of things. I did so much research on this because I thought this was a very interesting subject. Um, Aristotle said that friendship's a pleasure, utility, or virtue. And I wonder about that. I watch a lot of these. I watch a lot of these shows that are, um, period type shows, right? And so and you look at some of the friendships from back then. They were so gallant and so loyal and everything. And you wonder today, in today's world, what that's like. So let's talk a little bit about that. And let me see if we're ready for a commercial here real quick because we're getting closer. And then I want to close out the show. And I want to give you something free tonight. I'm going to give you something that I think that's of value and something that would be good for you. So we're going to talk about that too. So when we come back, you guys, we're going to talk about, I didn't change this out. We're going to talk more about friends and community and the connection, right? I've got something free that I'm going to give you. And so I want you to stick around and wait for that. We are sponsored by goingsolocommunity.com and meettherightone.com. I am Cece Shatz, a Doyenne of relationship building. You guys are listening to Going Solo with Cece. And we're talking about friends and friendships today, our community, and hopefully maybe a little bit about your lifestyle. So when we come back, we got more to share. So I hope you'll stick around with us. I'd appreciate that.
From your calendar, going solo.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to WGSN-DB Going Solo Network. I am Cece Shatz. You're listening to the Going Solo with Cece show on. I got my Alexa. She's talking away back here. But you guys, our website here is goingsolmedia.com, which is where we have all of our media housed. And so if you want to check that out, we're all over the place. We're on YouTube and Facebook and all the other places. We're happily on Roku and Amazon TV. And I'm really excited about that. We're doing really great. I was checking the numbers and we did like close to 250,000 listeners last month. So I was just really, really thrilled. And I want to thank you guys so much for that. I want to talk to you a little bit about friendships, right? We're talking about, our topic tonight is friends and community and connection, right? And, as we're making that transition into our new life of being single or into whatever life you want, maybe you're met somebody and you're looking at building a relationship with them. When you make, and life is all really about transition, isn't it? And so as we're making that transition in our lives, we're building friendships with people. And so there's different, I want to say different types of, we talked about first part of the show, just so you know, we talked about the why it's so important to have friendships, why it really is truly good for you to get out, to meet people, and to have friendship. It doesn't necessarily mean you have to have tons and tons of people in your life, but it's important to have somebody in your life that you can confide in, that you can talk to, someone that can really bring you up when you feeling down, and that you can do the same, because it's not just about what they do for you, but also what you do for them, right? And so that's what's important. But let's talk about the different kinds of people, because as we're out there making this transition into our new life, right, and stepping into towards wherever it is that we want to go, we're meeting people and we're making friends, and we're really starting to do that. But we come across different people, right? And we have to size it up and decide, where do we want to put these people? Do we want to make them lifelong friends? We want them in our lives forever. Do we want to make them best friends? Do we want to make them close friends? Do we want to make them social group friends? All of those things we talked about before. Though that's, we want to think about those kind of levels of what we want to do. But everybody knows, let's talk about different types. Everybody knows the crazy friend, right? The crazy friend is a person who constantly pushes you out of your comfort zone, getting you to do different things, right? The whack attack friends, the ones that are, they're actually probably fun, right? Fun as heck. They do a lot of different things. And sometimes we have to stop and think, whoa, wait a minute. What am I doing that? I can't be doing that kind of thing. And I have a daughter like that. I consider her a bit of a crazy friend, but they take you out of your comfort zone, and sometimes that's really good. I look at my daughter. Okay, I don't know if she probably doesn't watch this, but I look at my daughter, and her life is so wowed at times, right? She belongs to a Jeep group, great bunch of people. I mean, they have a lot of fun. They do a lot of really crazy stuff. But they do it, in safe environments and things like that. But she gets into this, and she goes on these roads, and she goes back in the woods and goes up and down on these hills, and she does different things like that. And I think to myself, wow, I'm much more conservative than she is, right? And so I'm that excitement. I lived through her. I lived through that excitement. I've got a few friends that are like that, right? Come on, do this. But sometimes we have to step back and say, whoa, wait a minute. That's not really me. I'm not really safe with that. I'm not really good with that. And so sometimes we have to step back and say no. But when we don't have to step back, and so when they pull us out, they make us go to the concert maybe we weren't going to go to, or they get us off the sofa, right, and get us doing different things, shake us up, right? I have a one girlfriend that she always says, shake it up all the time, right? And, if something's not working for you, shake it up, do something different. And those kind of friends, those crazy friends, they really bring a lot of life into you. And so they're just wonderful. It's wonderful to have them in your life for sure. So let's talk about the honest friend. We all want that person in our life, someone that's truly honest with us. It'll tell us the way it is, right? They're our go-to person when we want to talk to them. We got a problem. We want to be able to really, truly have an answer, even though a lot of times deep down within our own hearts, our own gut, we know the answer of what it is. But our honest friend will help us to be able to bring that forward. They'll help us to understand a little bit more, and they'll tell it like it is, right? And you want that honest friend. You don't want the honest friend that's going to hurt you, that's going to tell you something that's not good. But you do want the person that says, hey, you know what, maybe you want to look at it this way. Maybe you want to look at things a little bit like that. Then, of course, we've got the long-term friend. We talk about that, the lifelong friend. You got the gossipy friend. Aren't they interesting, right? Have you heard about such and such doing such and such, or them doing this and that, and whatever? And you get caught up in that gossipy thing, right? And, sometimes it's thrilling just to hear about all that stuff. But then you stop and you think, whoa, wait a minute. If they're talking about them, right? Next time they could be talking about me. So you want to think twice about the gossipy friend. You want to think twice about what you gossip about, right? And so those kind of friends, you want to step back a little bit. You want to be a little bit careful. Then you got the work friend, right? The work friend is very important because they're the ones that kind of go arm in arm with you, right? They're really elbow to elbow and they're working hard with you, trying to achieve a particular goal, trying to do something. Got your back at work, right? But you want to be careful about the work friend because that's your livelihood, right? And you don't want to, what if, I don't want to say something bad, but I was told one time you don't want to go to the bathroom right where you work, right? You don't want to do that. The hand that feeds you, you don't want to bite the hand that feeds you. So you want, I'm trying to keep that clean, but so you want to know that that work friend that you have is someone that you maybe cherish at work, that you have a work environment with, but they may not be your best friend. They may not be the one that really has your true, honest loyalty, right? And let's move on to that one, the loyalty friend. We all have them. We all have the ones that are in our lives that are through thick and thin. They're loyal. They'll be there for us. They'll do anything for you, and you want it's just a blessing to have someone in your life. And then the friends you admire. I've got lots of friends that I just absolutely admire, right? I look at them and I'm at awe at what they do, what they've accomplished. Most of these hosts that we have here on the station, I look at them and think, wow, I'm blown away by how professional they are and the knowledge they have. And so we have a lot of friends that we might admire, which is a wonderful thing because what that does, it helps us to strive to be the best that we can be, right? It helps us, it uplifts us, it helps us be the very, very best that we can be. And so that is truly a wonderful thing. We have got a scope of all different kinds of friends in our lives, right? And it's very interesting because there's no one friend the same, right? As there's no one person the same. But isn't that a wonderful, glorious thing, right? And my mother often told me in order to have a friend, you have to be a friend, right? So in order to have a friend, you must learn to be a friend. So I ask you, have you been a good friend today, right? Have you reached out to any of your friends today that might be struggling and helping them get through something? Because they have your back, it's up to us to have theirs. And so that's very, very important. So now I want to share with you a community. We have two communities out that are new. It's brand new. And so we're going to offer something really great for you guys. And I'm really honored to be able to do that. We have a brand new community out called Going Solo Community, and it's built for singles that are going through transition, right? Transition into establishing their new life. They want to make friends. They want to enjoy their life. It's something totally different that's out there. So often we hear a lot about those that are going through relationship loss, through the healing, through all of those kind of things. We have that on the site, right? We've got wonderful coaches that are on there, mentors, professionals that'll help get you through, attorneys, all of them that will help get you through. There's a whole directory on there. There's courses that you can take that's on there. But the the connection that you can make in a group like this is something that's so vital for you. Surrounding yourself with other like-minded people as you move through an environment, through a transition, and you can keep on being in it. And so it's very inexpensive. But today I am going to offer you a free membership for July, the rest of July, which we only have like a week left. So you got July, August, September, and October before the holidays, right? So for you can make some new friends. It's nationwide, so you can make friends all over, right? Connect with others that have maybe the same interests that you have. There's groups on there that you can join, different activities that you can join. So I'm going to offer that to you for free, right? Then I'm also going to offer you the Meet the Right One, which is a dating site. It's a brand new dating community site. And again, we have mentors, professionals, coaches, those individuals in a directory that can help you You contact them. They'll help you, give you a free consultation for 30 minutes. All both sites are like that. So you can contact them and ask them whatever question you might have, whatever problem that you might have. Because the thing that's missing in the dating environment is not out there meeting. I mean, there's tons of people to meet, right? You got all these different dating sites for all these different people that you can meet. But here's the problem. The problem is that connection, being able to relate to each other, to be able to truly have that awesome connection where you can start building a relationship. Because we need to start learning how to build relationships with people, both making friends and then those that are going to be in our lives for a long time. So this is a dating community which is going to allow you to make friends within the environment of the site, right? You can do activities, you can join groups, you can do various different things. So you can meet them in a very positive way, but you can also meet them in where it's safe on the site, right? You don't necessarily have to meet in person, but you can also then, when you feel comfortable, then meet them in person, and maybe it might go on into, everlasting for you. I mean, so we're hoping that you will find that true soulmate type of connection, right? But you're not going to have a soulmate connection if you don't make a friend first, right? So that's what our communities are about. They're about being able to get together and being able to do that. So again, we're going to give you a free membership for the rest of July, for August and September and October before the holidays. So it's going to allow you to be able to meet other people, and we want you to share this with other people. Let everyone know that it's available to them, and we'll offer the same open membership. So we're doing an open enrollment because it's new, and so we want to make sure that we have people in it that are in it, enjoying it, checking it out, letting us know if there's any things that we need to work on or whatever within the group. And so we're offering this for you. In order to get into both of them, you can join both of them, or you can join one of them, whatever one you want. One, again, is a singles transition group, really connecting with singles, other like-minded singles. The other one is a dating community, connecting with those who truly want to date, but kind of want to do it a little bit on their level, right? They want to be able to move forward. So in order to get on the sites, all you have to do is go to the different sites, goingsolocommunity.com or meettherightone.com. Just put in the code. You fill out all the information that it says. You put in the code Get Started 2022, and there's a space in there, so it's capital G, GET, and then started. Let me put it up here. I'll put it up here for you. So it's Get Started 2022. So you put that in, and then that'll take you in, and you will not have to pay. You will have those months completely free all the way to the end of hello, it's nice to see you. So he said hello. Thank you for that. Oh, you're gorgeous looking, but yeah, thanks. So but you can get on there and use the site. Use the site as you want. Get in and join the groups and try to be active and things like that. I am on both of those groups. A bunch of my friends are going to be joining that. We're going to be getting on it and really kind of enjoying ourselves and traveling and doing some various different things. So that's the code, and you'll have till November 1st, and it'll be completely free for you. So take advantage of this. The only problem now is that you have to do it right away. So as soon as you listen to this video, you must go right away and sign up, because it's only going to be for a limited time. We're going to give you this membership for free for a limited time. So we're not going to have this out there for months and months, and then you guys can sign up at whenever. You're going to have to go and do it. So as soon as you hear this, we're going to make sure this video is out. As soon as you hear this, you must go and sign up, and there's the code, Get Started 2022. And I hope that you'll use the site, enjoy it, and I hope that we can make a lot of friends. I would like to be your friend. We're going to be doing a lot of fun things. Hopefully, I know we have some cruises planned for the travel group. We've got a bunch of different things that we're going to be doing. Traveling to Georgia here soon. We're going to be doing that. So know that there's a lot of fun with connecting with other people, right? And you want to make sure that you are connecting with the people that really help you, make that transition into your life the way you want it to be. So I hope you guys enjoyed the show. I am Cece Shatz. I am the Doyenne of relationship building. If you guys want to reach me, all you have to do is go to going solo network at gmail.com, going solo network at gmail.com. That's my email. So if something happens, you have a problem with getting on the site, all you got to do is send me a message. Of course, our media is on goingsolonetwork.com. And then Going Solo Network is where we have all of the various different sites. We've got a whole bunch of different sites that can help you out. But our two new sites, and we're giving you the memberships for, is at goingsolocommunity.com and meettherightone.com. And again, the code to get into that is Get Started 2022. And you'll have a free few months of membership there. You can check it out, see what you want to do, and then we'll meet you on the other side. So I love you guys. It is such an honor to be here with you. And you guys are listening to Going Solo with Cece on WGSN-DB Going Solo Network. We are the #1 radio, TV, and podcast station. We're very proud to be here, and we want to thank you because you guys are the ones that made it happen for us. And you've given us all the encouragement over the years. I mean, I've been doing this since 2010. So this has been a real true career for me, and I want to thank you so much for moving me forward, inspiring me to do what I never thought I could do, and being such a great friend. So I hope you guys enjoyed the show. Talk to you later. Bye for now.